Entrance to Banteay Kdei. You can see it's got a giant face on it, and it is actually within the view of where we just were. These ruins are actually deceptively large. It's very big because once you get past the first entrance, there's actually another temple behind it.
It's another maze-like one.
Yeah, absolutely. Quite easy to lose each other if you don't stay with each other. But once again, very much worth visiting. The more you look, the more secret courtyards you find amongst the ruins. So when you come into this place, you will always kind of smell a kind of tangy smell around. That is bat droppings. You'll often hear squeaks. Don't worry, there's no rats around. There's just absolutely tons of bats. There's one. They just, if you look up, always try to look up with a closed mouth as well, because they, drop their droppings. There's one. Whoa, look at him go. So we're at the Prasat Temple, which is a giant pyramid-like tower, which you climb up lots of stairs. When you get to the top, there are 5 kind of pagodas all around, and you can see from all around. It's probably one of the tallest ones we've climbed yet. So as the temperature was only mildly excruciating today, we've decided to do, we've changed our plans a little bit. We were going to go to Terrace, but as that's quite well shaded and the weather's probably going to be a little bit hotter, we'll do that tomorrow. And we're actually doing the circuit today, the temple circuit. We've checked out a couple so far. We've actually skipped a couple because they didn't look particularly interesting. We're going to Neak Pean, I believe it's called. And that is a temple within a moat, within a lake, which sounds pretty cool. So yeah. So in order to get to the temple, you have to go over this bridge, which runs through a lake, which is pretty damn cool.
So we cycled about 3.5 kilometres, hardest 3.5 kilometres, to Neak Pean, and it's pretty phenomenal. It's on this really strange lake that's got kind of dead trees in the middle of it, but I think it would look really spooky at night.
Yeah, absolutely. So most of this temple seems to be submerged. Once you get past the bridge, you come across and there's more bridge, and then you get to this temple which has a lot of swamp water in it. So after following the Petit circuit, we eventually ended up at Keow temple. So allegedly this temple is unfinished because when King Jayavarman V died, they stopped construction. A lot of people speculate, a lot of the stories are inscribed, that there was a lightning strike which was seen as a bad omen. So they decided against continuing with the work and just left it to rot through time. Once you arrive here, you're free to look around pretty much just about everywhere. There aren't that many places saying do not enter. There was one back there, but I think that's for people who work here to go into, so it's like a staff area. But besides that, there's nowhere near as many restrictions as a lot of the other temples. It's not quite as large, although it's quite tall. There's a lot of climbing involved, but it's definitely worth a visit. So you've got some of the old statuettes here, and some blatantly new ones too, just for the symmetry of it all. Just as a grand finale, this is Phimeanakas temple, which used to be a royal palace, a royal household. I don't know how well you can see it as I'm kind of on the wrong side of the sun, but yeah, we kind of wanted to show you more of Angkor Thom, but once you've seen Bayon and Bafun, you don't really need to see that much more. We were on the Terrace of the Elephants a moment ago. That is where when there were ceremonies going through the city, people would stand atop that just to see all of the Khmer festivals go past. It sounded like something quite glorious to behold. There are other things, other places like the House of the Leper King, but it just sounds weird. It's getting quite late, so we have to get back really, which is quite a shame.